Hello friends, welcome to Kolanjiappa IAS Academy. In this video, we are going to discuss about the current affairs related to UPSC Mains 2022. Let's get into the video. And the topic today is inflation. And this topic covers under the prelims portion of current events of national importance, RBI, inflation, monetary policy committee, etc. And in mains portion comes on the general studies paper 3 of Indian economy and issues relating to planning, mobilization of resources, growth, development and employment, inflation, monetary policy. Friends, this portion is very important inflation topic. Please make a note of it. The RBI has pitched to keep inflation and inflationary expectations under check front and center of its policy approach. The standing deposit facility and marginal standing facility rates also raised by 50 basis points by the RBI. Inflation. Let's discuss about what is inflation. It refers to the rise in the prices of most goods and services of any or common use such as food, clothing, housing, recreation, transport, consumer staples, etc. Inflation measures the average price change in a basket of commodities and services over time. It is an indicator of the decrease in the purchasing power of a unit of a country's currency. RBI through its MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, controls inflation with its tool to control money supply in the market. In India, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation measures inflation. There are two types of inflation. Number one, demand pull inflation, and number two, cost push inflation. Demand pull inflation means it arises when aggregate demand in the economy becomes more than aggregate supply. And cost push inflation means when there is a decrease in aggregate supply of goods and services results in an increase in cost of production. There are several reasons for increasing inflation in India. One such is inflation in India cannot be described just as cost push. There are abundance of liquidity has been an important factor. The April MPC statement talked of a liquidity overhang of the rise of 8.5 lakh crore. Rise in prices of crude petroleum and natural gas, minerals, oils, basic metals, etc. and disruption in the global supply chain caused by the Ukraine-Russia conflict is a reason for rising inflation in India as of now. Retail inflation rose mainly on account of rising prices of essential food items like oils, vegetables and protein-rich items such as meat and fish. What could be the impact of higher inflation in India? Number one, it is expected to push up interest rates in the banking system, such as interest rates are nothing but the repo rate, reverse repo rate and so on. The equated monthly installments, EMIs on home, vehicle and other personal and corporate loans are likely to be go up, which is very much not appreciable. Deposit rates, mainly fixed deposit term rates, are also set to rise. Consumption and demand can be impacted by the repo rate hike. The hike in cash reserve ratio will suck out a large amount of money from the banking system. The lendable resources of banks will come down accordingly, so that it also means the costs of funds will go up and banks' net interest margins could get adversely affected. The challenges in tackling increasing inflation. The borrowing program will increase and additional liquidity support may be required. For a rise in the interest rate to stick, appropriate actions must be taken to contract liquidity. That is what is the rise in cash reserve ratio will do. In the absence of a rise in cash reserve ratio, liquidity will have to be sucked by open market operations, which will be done by the RBI. Liquidity conditions need to be moderated in line with the policy action and stands to ensure their full and efficient transmission to the rest of the economy. What could be the way forward? As the RBI government put in a statement that liquidity conditions need to be moderated in line with the policy action and stands to ensure their full and efficient transmission to the rest of the economy. To contain inflation on food prices, crack down on supply side if hoarding happens and ease import limits on pulses and oil seed, etc. Boost income generating capacity to reduce burden on low income households. Press for faster growth. 10% higher industrial output can ease retail inflation by 40 basis points along with addressing supply bottlenecks. Prepare to use buffer stock if inflation spills over to cereals. 1% rise in wholesale price index, primarily food prices can go up. Consumer price index by 48 basis points. This is today's main practice question and comes under General Studies paper 3. The question is, RBI keeps inflation and inflationary expectations under check front and center of its policy approach. Discuss. Write this for 250 words and the question carries 15 marks. Please write the answer and send it to the following mail ID. Thank you friends. Let's see you in the next video.